What's up, Facebook friends? Abigail Klutz here, and it is a pajama day. I don't want to get out of my pajamas today, but y'all are maybe going to make me get out of my pajamas today. Got 5 requests for 10 days, so I'm probably going to go to the post office. I do have my sparkly slippers on, and I'm not above walking in. Maybe I'll put a sweatshirt on, take off my bathrobe, but we're not doing this today. Just got done traveling, and here in a minute, I'm going to have Dr. Heather Carden jump on and talk about a few tips and tricks you can do to recover. Before that, I just want to show you. So whenever I am traveling, I collect Beanie Boos for Charlotte. So when she tells me it's time for another trip and I need to go away, sometimes it makes me second guess what I'm doing. But this is the Beanie Boo. I got her this trip, and they're really fun. They're in every single airport. So if you are a traveling person, then and you have kids, like, they're cheap and they're in every airport, so they can collect them. So this one's Pablo, and he says, if you give me some love, I'll do a trick. I like to play fetch. Just toss me a stick. So, like, she has tons and tons of Beanie Boos. Like, it kind of, I mean, they're everywhere. This was the Halloween Beanie Boo. It was an extra special one. She has her friends over. They have parties with all these Beanie Boos. You know, forget dolls, Beanie Boos. There's about 12 more. But let's see here. Let's see real quick. Anyone who private messages me who has never tried therapeutic ketones and gets a 10-day, I am going to put in a little treat for you. And I will have Dr. Heather come on. But amazing, absolutely amazing. So first 3 private message, you will get a splash in your 10-day. Wasn't that generous of me, Dr. Heather?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Are you in your pajamas today?
I am. Yes, I can stand up. I have my orange on for RSD day, but yes, I still have my, I can't even show you. I have my Christmas pajama pants on. Hold on. I have.
That's awesome. Oh.
They're so soft. It was so cold when we got home last night. We got home about 12:30 this morning. So yeah, still in my pajamas, still no voice, but yeah, I am wearing my orange because it is National Chronic Regional Pain Awareness Day, or RSD Awareness Day. So wearing my orange today with my jammies.
Well, Dr. Heather, take a minute and tell us about that, and also how it's about you. What happened?
Okay, so
let's dig in.
Okay, so RSD is called Reflex Sympathetic Dystrophy. It's now been, that was the term used a few decades ago. Now it's called Complex Regional Pain Syndrome. It is one of the rare neurological diseases that has no cure. They won't even take patients at Mayo. I know I'm going to get hit with this, but my neurologist has suggested that I go to Mayo. My neurosurgeon, they're like, there's no cure for RSD. Just try to keep the pain under control, try to keep the inflammation under control, because again, there's no cure. And the stats of remission are very, very low over someone who's over 18, and I'm definitely over 18. So it's generally onset by a crushing injury. I had a skiing accident March of 2014, crushed my ankle and knee, and ended up getting a couple lesions in my brain and some, 7 herniated discs. Long story short, it has left me in a wheelchair with what's called CHRPS, or chronic regional pain syndrome. So I manage it 100% with diet and with lifestyle, with meditation, still in my pajamas, not going to stress my body out today, but went on a ketogenic diet the minute I had my exercise, because I knew that the ketogenic diet would help my body recover quicker, would help protect my lean muscle mass. So that was in 2014. So you can imagine how excited I was when you sent me a package and you said, you know what, I've been praying for you. I'm watching your journey. I know you've had several surgeries, and said, I know you know what ketones are, beta hydroxybutyrate. I'm like, give them to me. Let me have them. So I knew exactly what I was putting in my body and was excited to have that opportunity and want to make that my mission to share and help people with chronic pain. For me, it's the whole four quadrants of health. So it is diet, it is lifestyle, it is sleep, and it is that mental, emotional, spiritual state that you keep your body in. So take the negative, what somebody said, the negative ninnies out of your brain and keep everything positive, or make positivity louder, as Ryan says. I love that. So definitely a part of my daily routine is doing a low carb, high fat ketogenic diet, keeping my body under less stress. You said no makeup, and you have makeup on. So I didn't even want to put those chemicals on my face today because I'm recovering from 4 days of makeup.
I didn't put any on. I haven't washed my face in 48 hours.
What's on your eyebrows? What's there?
No, I got them tattooed. They're always on point.
Yeah, so for RSD patients, even getting a blood draw can set off a serious injury. So tattooing is definitely not going to happen to me. And again, trying to keep lifestyle clean, not going to put chemicals on my face today, even if it's pretty healthy makeup, which I've done the last 4 days, or even put toxins on my hair. So wearing my orange loudly today. And yes, I was excited to have my amped. I know that with chronic pain that a lot of times people age prematurely. So the AC11, which is known as cat's claw, that I'm excited to put in my body, I was already using it as a standalone, but we know synergistically things work better together. So excited to have the opportunity to have it alongside with my beta hydroxybutyrate, alongside with my B complex, which I take every day, and folic acid to help all the nerves be as healthy as they can be. So again, getting more oxygen to my body, not overstress my body. So yes, it was out of my comfort zone to say, I'll get on there with my pajamas on and my hair from, let me see, today's Monday, hair from Saturday.
I said, Dr. Heather, I said, we missed Friday. We got to do our live on like today. And she was like, I'm in my pajamas. And I said, awesome, me too. So here we are. And thank you for sharing that. I know so many people really didn't know your backstory, and they don't know what drives your passion for the lifestyle. And, you know, as you talk about, I can't even, I know how hard you work to go do what you do. And I've traveled with you before, and I know like it is 10 times harder for you to get in and get out, and you work so hard to go share the conversation and represent this conversation. And I so appreciate you. But on a day like today, even for you or myself, and coming home and, you know, recovering, because you don't recover. I mean, for me, I will eat bad when I'm tired. Well, you know that. So what are some things that you can do? And I also rode home on a plane. I don't know if you did. I switched my plane ride coming back 3 times. I ended up coming back on Southwest with a bunch of dejected Chiefs players. They looked like they had been partying, not quite in the way I had been partying with ketones. So after a hard weekend or a party weekend, or starting your Monday, and what can people do to actively recover, and how important is that?
You know, it's super important. If we don't let our bodies rest, we don't recover. So some of that can be catching up on a little bit of sleep. You know, we had daylight savings time, which can totally disrupt people's circadian rhythm. So start in the morning slowly with healthy food. So maybe not doing the extra caffeine, maybe make sure you're getting all the water in. We did drive home and hit an animal on the way home, which was not fun last night. So a lot of emotion stuff there as well. But even on the airplane, it's super dry. There's toxins all around us in hotels, in airports, and airplanes. So making sure you're as clean as possible. Again, I'm doing lots of yoga breathing today, lots of stretching, because we didn't get a lot of movement this weekend. But eating very healthy. What you put in your body fuels your body for that day. So eating healthy all weekend was super important to me, knowing I was probably exposed to toxins, and again, the airport and hotels and things like that, and cars. But today, in order for my body to function the way I want to function and continue on that mission, sorry, my kitty's rubbing up against the stand, that I know I needed to get ketones in my body. I needed to have keto cream, but not with caffeine. I needed to have some yerba mate tea, which is better for my adrenal glands, having some ginger and celery juice this morning. Yes, I am having my amped with my extra AC11 and drinking that slowly because it does have a little caffeine in it. And then again, not overstressing my body, not worrying about what I look like today, not putting myself in that position to over push myself, do Zooms from my bed, do phone calls to patients from my bed. So I can still be true to me, my mission and helping serve people. And then, you know, again, not worrying about what I look like. It's a hard thing to get over. One thing to get over being in a wheelchair, because people are surprised when they see me because they're like, well, are you for sure? You're Dr. Heather? I'm like, yeah, I'm for sure it's me. So that's one thing. But then again, no hair, no makeup's another thing. But yeah, thank you for pushing me out of my limits. Thank you for supporting me in my mission and whatever it takes to get there. And I want to say this weekend was amazing for me. I focus on the Midwest, low carb Kansas City regional division, which is Midwest, Dallas, Chicago, Kansas City. But to have someone from Australia to come over, or to have over 20 people from China come up and tell me what the obesity rate is, what the diabetes rate is, what they're challenging with their young people. I made assumptions being an acupuncturist and studying acupuncture in the Chinese culture for 20 years, not a hard study, but knowing what the mentality was and doing some, you know, Tai Chi and stuff, even through my recovery, surprise of what they thought and how excited they were about that Be Better mission, which I love that component of it. Not just prove it, like you want to be better. It's for yourself and it's for your family. So super touched by the Asians that came up to me again from all over the, I want to say Western China region. I know they've done a lot of changing of the geography since I was in school, but yeah, amazed at the conversation, amazed at what they had to say. And really it opened my eyes to how much globally we can change through media, through social media, through a Facebook Live. They don't care what I look like today, but if I can teach someone that, you know what, we don't need to have sugars and carbs, and it's okay if close counts. Maybe you celebrate your birthday, Abigail, so happy birthday to Miss Abby yesterday. So hopefully she's celebrated a little bit. And I always tell people, pick your poison or pick the time you want to do it. 12 holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, your birthday, your child's birthday, celebrate that. Just don't have a birthday every day. So no cakes and cookies and pies every day, or learn a keto recipe at your next mixer for ways to make it taste yummy and delicious.
Right. No, for me, and I have it right here. I just got in a huge shipment, but I got my Swiss cacao back in, and it's just super important to me because I'm challenged at night with chocolate and sweet tooth. But when I have this in, I can do it. Like I can really do it. And Dr. Heather, you kind of brushed a little bit on the AC11 that is in the AMS and a release that may come soon, but we don't know when. Tell us, and it does have it. So tell us just a little bit more about AC11. It wasn't something that I was familiar with at all.
Yeah, so AC11 is called cat's claw. It's a very familiar herb, even in the Oriental Chinese medicine or in herbology. So cat's claw has been around for the turn of century. It's been used in ancient cultures to help anti-aging. So think of what your body does. When we look at people who age like your grandma, she has more wrinkles on the outside. The same thing happens on the inside. Or if you leave a piece of fruit on the counter after a few weeks, it starts to shrivel up. That's just the aging process happening, and it happens for us. We lose lean muscle mass as we age. Our body starts to dehydrate. Our disc in our back start to dehydrate and get smaller. That's why we get shorter. It's called creep. It's a real process. It happens. But what we do know is that through DNA repair, the way that you look like your mom and dad, and I look like a little bit like my mom and dad, a little bit like my grandma, my kids look a little bit like me, that DNA can actually start to change over time as we start to age. So it is true, you start to look like your mother or your father as you age, because the DNA starts to shrink up. Just like we get wrinkles in our skin, we get wrinkles in our DNA, our long chains. The exciting thing is that just recently, 2017, there was a study done about roundworms. So if you didn't know, roundworms only live like 2 or 3 weeks, and they get shorter like our genes or telomeres, and then they die. Well, using AC11 or cat's claw, we actually found that they actually live longer and actually increase segmentation, which was super exciting. So if we know what it does, because again, it's hard to control human studies. We're all so unique and different. We have a different gene pool makeup, different age, different demographics, different lifestyle. Roundworms, we can kind of control. This is the dirt they're in. This is where they're going to live for 2 to 3 weeks. So now we know what we know. Ancient cultures, again, have been using its cat's claw. You can Google that, look it up, Wikipedia. You're going to see all the amazing anti-aging effects. And we talk about that because it slows down the shrinkage of the telomeres, elongates that process, so to speak. Great for our immune system. So again, an herb that's been around a long time, but synergistically, I just tell people like baking. I mean, you can have grass-fed butter, but boy, it's a whole bunch better if you mix it with some raw coconut oil or some nut butter, or make a cookie or something out of it. Works better synergistically. Well, what they've done is they've taken, again, we're drinking the splash or amp for the beta hydroxybutyrate in combination, which has an anti-aging effect itself, or BHB does, in combination with the AC11 plus the extra B vitamins. It's really going to help us maintain our brain, our cognition, our spinal cords, our nerves, our muscle much better. And the cleaner you can get with your lifestyle, I think the better results you're going to have. And if we can get the cravings down and we can get the sleep happening, because rest is so important, what BHB does, then we have such an amazing opportunity to help our generation, your children, my children, who are not supposed to outlive us, actually live longer. So many times we focus on us. We're 50, we're 40. I don't know what birthday you just turned, but I know I can be your mother.
25.
Mathematically, I can still be your mom. Anyway, sister, I'm going to say that because I'm actually 97 today. A lot of cat's claw. But I know it can actually help the current population of people who are 30 and 40, but think about our kids. So absolutely great for kids, because we know they're not supposed to outlive us for the first time in 200 years. So we've been talking a lot about for dementia, for Parkinson's, for Alzheimer's, but I'm going to challenge you to look at your children. Let's get them eating healthier. Let's get that AC11. Let's get the BHB, get the B complexes, get that in their brain and their body, so they have a fighting chance.
Yeah,
we're being serious today.
It is serious.
I know.
Well, before you came on, I showed everybody the Beanie Boo I bought for Charlotte. So that was light, and our face and hair and robes are light, but that's funny. Just kind of going back to the recovery day, I got to bed at 2, got back up at 6, just kind of hyped with momentum. I'm super excited too. This weekend, we had a lot of people from Southeast Asia at the conference, and that market is soon to come. And it was just so cool watching them watch it all and hear it all. I guess what was a little bit more of your perspective, and you got to talk to them a little bit more than I did. Do you think their culture is primed and ready? I know we kind of took the US by, like, Australia was already on the high fat, low carb, and US, it was like 2 years ago, people were like, I don't eat high fat. And now everybody's high fat and ketones, what's it like there?
So I did have a great opportunity, or a blessed opportunity, to speak with several of them. And what happens is a lot of them are vegans or vegetarians, which make it very hard to get into natural ketosis to get your body burning ketones. So one gentleman had asked me, how much do I have to run to get in ketosis? Well, it depends on how much glucose you've eaten and how much stored fat, and there's so many combinations. So if you want to be true to your nationality and your diet, and I talked with another doctor from India, she's like, we're vegetarians. How do we get in ketosis? It's really hard. I mean, if you're not eating protein, again, only 10 or 15%, now they can use the beta hydroxybutyrate to get those benefits of ketones, to help that anti-aging, help that brain health, that neurological health. So it's very exciting for them, because they're always moving forward to be better. And so for them, it's like, can't believe that there's an opportunity. We had one gentleman ask 4 questions in my breakout, like, so you're telling me I don't have to run, I don't have to fast, or how many days do I need to fast to get into natural ketosis? Because really that's what he shared with me he was doing, instead of going on a ketogenic diet, because again, they don't eat a lot of meat. They eat a lot of carbohydrates, a lot of vegetables, which are still carbohydrates, that it would make them difficult to get the benefits, but now they can do it. But they are so health conscious in every aspect. This is like icing on the cake for them. And I know it's just going to globally spread. So they want to be better. They don't want to eat fried chicken and Pop-Tarts and things like that. But this gives them the avenue, based on their diet and based on what their culture is, to actually, not consume meats, or maybe just a small amount, and get those benefits. But I do have to say, I'm talking long today. I did have the opportunity to meet a couple people. I'm going to say Keto Kayla. I'm going to yell it to her. I did not know her story. I know she shares it. Have you met or talked with her?
I don't think so.
So this is, only 5% of bariatric surgery succeed. So Dr. Nally will tell you about that as well. She had a bariatric surgery, lost some weight, gained the weight, which again, 95% fail, only 5% are successful. I said that backwards. So this has been the tool for her. It wasn't bariatric surgery. And I know I've got other friends, I can't call out their name, who've had bariatric surgery. This has helped them get the life they want. This has helped them mentally go over it. Like, people tell me, I've lost weight before, but I never felt like this was the new me. Putting ketones at that cellular level, fixing that adaptation of the brain. They don't see themselves as, like she said, the fat girl anymore, the overweight person anymore. You're neurologically fixing it, not just losing the weight and the fat, but neurologically fixing the brain. That is so exciting to me when I hear all those amazing stories of people who like, I was able to quit smoking. I was able to quit drinking. I don't understand it. I took it for energy. I just want to lose a little bit of weight. And how did this happen? And I've done every other thing. I've had my stomach stapled. I've had the lap band. And how come this time it's different? The how come is because we're fixing at a neurological level. And I think 2 years now, 30 months out, people are having these amazing life-changing experiences. It's not 4 days, 4 weeks, it's this fad, that fad. It's here to stay. And I prayerfully hope that this is a lifestyle we all get on board for. So crazy, crazy fun and super inspiring every minute of the hour that you talk to someone.
Awesome. Well, thank you. That was way more value than I thought I was going to get coming on in our pajamas today. And I just want you to know, and all the people out here, make sure you give Dr. Heather some love, in honor of the day today. Thank you for sharing your story. I love you so much. And thank you for working so hard to champion this conversation. You have done so much for this community, getting this message out. You are just a huge part of Prove It. Your fingerprints are everywhere. And I know it transcends so much further than that for you because of everything that you've gone through. So we love you, Dr. Heather. We appreciate you. We honor you today. And our prayers for your journey and your healing are always with you. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm not gonna...
All right.
No, it means a lot. So thank you.
All right. I'll see you later.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.